Hey guys, this is Thomas over here at NurseMoneyTalk.com, and in this video, what I'm going to do is I'm going to answer one of the questions I got from you guys, and this one was actually off YouTube, and it was from Mackenzie, and it says, "Thank you for sharing all of this information. It's truly appreciated." You're very welcome, Mackenzie. And now for the question, I'm not sure if you've done a video on this or not, but I'm a single mother of 2 young kids, and I was thinking of becoming a pediatric nurse by becoming a CNA and then finding a bridge program to become a nurse. Would that be worth my time, or should I just go to nursing school and not become a CNA? So that's the question. Before I get to the answer, if you're not already subscribed to the channel, I want to go ahead and invite you to hit that subscribe button. On this channel, I talk about all things related to nursing student, and nurse life. And also another house cleaning, it's kind of like house cleaning rules is that with anything related to what I discuss about, it's always, just take it at your own risk type deal. You shouldn't just look at, just take anything like a random person says on YouTube and then just do it without doing some critical thinking involved in there, because with any of these types of questions, your circumstances could always be different. And even in her case, there's always details out there, that in her situation that I might not have, that would obviously change what you would do. So now that we've got that out of the way, let's go ahead and talk about what my answer to this question would be. So just me thinking about it, and I wouldn't actually look at going to becoming a CNA and then trying to bridge it, to nursing school. And there's a couple reasons for that. So the first thing is that I'm not sure, like if it's about like a quickness thing, like, maybe it would be quicker or something like that. I don't actually think it would be that much quicker. I think it might actually take longer. I'm not sure you would actually really save that much money, if any at all, if you try to bridge it, if you try to become a CNA certification, then try to go to RN school, you might actually even end up spending more money. There's 2 scenarios where I think people, where people generally look at, maybe going to CNA route first might be the ideal scenario. And that's like if they're not sure if healthcare is the field that they want to go in. So in other words, they're not quite ready to commit to a nursing program. And the second reason would be if they're wanting to make more, make money as they go to nursing school. So this could be maybe you don't have any other fallbacks or anything else, and so you want to make sure that you can make something. So let's talk about the first one, which is if you're not quite ready to commit to a nursing program. I actually think that then being a CNA might not necessarily be a bad idea per se, as a way to get experience in the healthcare field without the full commitment it takes to become a nurse. So if you're looking at becoming a registered nurse, for the BSN route, you're probably looking at, 2 years for your prereq, then another 2.5 years or so for the nursing program. So about 4 to 5 years total to get your bachelor's of science in nursing, assuming, full time and everything. And so that's a huge commitment, as opposed to, CNA, you're looking at less than a year for the certification program, less money, less time commitment or whatever, and then you can get a feel for that. So that kind of makes sense to me. The other reason, which is your goal is to become a nurse anyway, which it sounds like that's what she's thinking about doing. Like her end goal is to become a nurse. She already knows that. And she's then just potentially maybe wanting to make some money or something like that. So I think if it's money's involved, I think that there's probably other routes I might consider besides a CNA. And I'll put a link to the article, and I think I actually already have a video on that. So I'll put a link to that Not saying that a CNA is a bad option, but I think that there's other options as well you might consider in terms of making money while you're in nursing school. So the other thing as well to kind of think about when you're looking at these bridge programs is that in some instances, depending on where you live, you can actually work as a CNA while you're going to nursing school without actually going through like some separate certification. And in a lot of instances, I actually recommend students getting a job, getting a CNA job while they're in nursing school for like, even if money's not involved, for the sole purpose of networking. Because, you know, for a lot of nurses coming out of nursing school, you know, that CNA job that they took at that hospital can be a really great opportunity to be able to get your foot in the door, especially at some of these specialties like the ICU, like the ER, that new grads can have a hard time getting into. So that's all I have for this. Long story short, if you can and you know for sure that you want to be a nurse, I would just go straight down and look at a nursing program. If you don't have a nursing program, if you don't have a nursing program yet, check out NurseMoneyTalk.com/schools. Also check out some of the videos. Like I'll put one here that'll show up over here to my left. Some of the videos that we have that talks about nursing school, maybe finding a nursing school or whatnot. Definitely check that out. Let me know if you have any other questions in the comment section below. If anybody else has any questions, definitely let me know in the comment section below, or also check out NurseMoneyTalk.com/ask to ask your question.